Every legend has a story. Welcome to Goal Uncovered. Some players change matches, some players change clubs, but only a few change football forever. Johan Cruyff wasn't just a footballer, he reinvented the game. On April 25, 1947, Hendrik Johannes Cruyff was born in Bettendorp, a modest working-class neighborhood in Amsterdam. He spent his early childhood playing street football on narrow concrete lanes, improvising to avoid physical tackles on the hard ground. In 1959, his father, Hermanus, died of a sudden heart attack. To support the family, his mother, Petronella, took a job cleaning the locker rooms at Ajax's De Meer Stadium. Young Johan was already in the club's youth ranks, having been scouted at age 10 by coach Jannie van der Veen. Because of his frail, slight build, Cruyff could not rely on strength. Under van der Veen's guidance, he mastered first-touch technique and developed a habit of scanning the pitch, reading space, and anticipating plays before they happened. By the time he made his senior debut in September 1964, the 17-year-old was already questioning rigid positional boundaries, laying the groundwork for a tactical revolution. In 1965, Rinus Michels took the manager's seat at Ajax, inheriting a fluid philosophy that had evolved over decades. English coaches Jack Reynolds and Vic Buckingham had previously introduced the concepts of positional rotation and technical symmetry at the club. But Michels, working with a young Cruyff, systematized these ideas into a highly disciplined, revolutionary model, total football. At its core, the system rejected static positions. Every player was expected to attack and defend. If a defender surged forward, a teammate immediately dropped back to cover the empty space, preserving the team's shape. The pitch became a flexible instrument. In possession, the team stretched wide to create passing lanes, while in defense, they compressed space to suffocate the opposition. Possession was a weapon of control. Through rapid, short-passing triangles, Ajax drew opponents toward the ball, waited for them to break their defensive lines, and then exploited the newly vacated space. When possession was lost, the team counter-pressed instantly. Supported by a high defensive line, they swarmed the ball carrier to win it back high up the pitch within seconds. Cruyff was the perfect on-field conductor for this collective intelligence. He was constantly scanning, changing the tempo, and receiving the ball between the lines. His movement was never self-serving. He ran to create space for others, transforming a physical game into a fluid, cerebral art form ready to test against the giants of Europe. A devastating 4-1 defeat to AC Milan in the 1969 European Cup final did not break the project. It forced its refinement. Within 2 years, the theory produced gold. In 1971, Ajax captured its first European Cup by defeating Panathinaikos 2-0 at Wembley. The next year, Cruyff scored twice in a 2-0 masterclass against Inter Milan, before a 1-0 victory over Juventus in 1973 secured an historic European three-peat. This was not individual wizardry, but a collective machine operating in perfect synchrony. Yet Cruyff was its unmistakable face. He claimed the Ballon d'Or in 1971, 1973, and 1974, and captained the Netherlands to the 1974 World Cup final. Though no official Golden Ball award existed at the time, he was the tournament's undisputed genius. Journalists struggled to define his movement, observing that he seemed to exist everywhere at once. But a defining question loomed: could these radical ideas take root outside Amsterdam? In August 1973, Barcelona paid a world record fee of £920,000 to bring the Dutch maestro to Catalonia. They inherited a club paralyzed by history, having failed to win a league title since 1960. The city was suffocating under dictatorial rule, and its football club mirrored that heavy defensive caution. But his arrival injected an immediate, defiant confidence. He did not merely adapt to Spain, he forced Spain to adapt to his fluid, attacking identity, immediately lifting the team's self-belief. On February 17, 1974, this tactical defiance found its ultimate expression. Barcelona traveled to the Santiago Bernabeu and dismantled Real Madrid in a historic 5-0 victory. He was the architect of the demolition, scoring with a brilliant solo effort that left defenders trailing in his wake. To the people of Catalonia, this was more than a sporting masterclass. It was a symbolic reclaiming of their dignity against the establishment. That season, Barcelona marched to their first league championship in 14 years, losing only once with him in the side. He arrived as an outsider but quickly became a living cultural symbol of Catalan identity. On the pitch, his presence proved that the fluid Dutch style was highly portable, capable of flourishing far from Amsterdam. Yet, as his playing days in Spain drew to a close, a larger prospect began to crystallize. If one man's vision could lift an entire club from decades of despair, perhaps this philosophy did not have to leave when he did. The challenge was no longer just playing the game, but finding a way to turn a personal way of thinking into a permanent, enduring club structure. In 1988, Cruyff returned to Barcelona as head coach, determined to rebuild the club from its roots. He aligned every youth squad with the senior team under a single system, turning La Masia into a school of technical education and positional intelligence. On the pitch, a young midfielder named Pep Guardiola was among the first to learn this shared language, discovering that copying a formation means nothing without inheriting a philosophy. Cruyff was assembling his dream team, a collection of talent that captured 4 consecutive league titles between 1991 and 1994. The peak of this era arrived in May 1992 at Wembley. Locked in a scoreless battle with Sampdoria in the European Cup final, Ronald Koeman struck a powerful free kick in extra time, securing a 1-0 victory and the club's first European crown. Cruyff had made his vision reproducible, but his refusal to compromise led to constant friction. And in 1996, following a bitter conflict with club leadership, his tenure ended. He left behind something far greater than silverware, an enduring way of thinking. Cruyff's departure from the touchline in 1996 did not halt the momentum of his ideas. Instead, it liberated them to become the foundational software of the modern game. The direct line of coaching inheritance passed to Pep Guardiola, who took his mentor's organic principles of space and possession and refined them into an engineered, dominant system of positional play at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. Guardiola integrated the goalkeeper as an active outfield passer to guarantee numerical superiority, transforming Cruyff's intuitive philosophy into structured, data-driven pressing triggers. Inside this institutional culture, players like Xavi Hernandez and Andres Iniesta became the ultimate orchestrators of tempo, proving that spatial intelligence could completely dominate physical size. Even Lionel Messi's historic development as a false nine directly descended from Cruyff's original belief that a forward must drop deep to open passing lanes. This influence has since radiated outward, creating a diverse tactical family tree where modern systems function as evolutions rather than exact replicas. The intense counter-pressing of Jurgen Klopp, the positional geometry of Mikel Arteta, and the tactical discipline of Erik ten Hag all carry distinct traces of this shared conceptual lineage. Today's elite game seamlessly combines advanced physical conditioning and analytical metrics with Cruyff's core tenets of spatial manipulation. Ultimately, he fundamentally changed the intellectual standard of the sport, transforming what clubs expect players and coaches to understand. The question is no longer who copied his blueprint, but how much of modern football would even exist without his intervention. Every weekend we watch matches played in the spaces Cruyff first imagined. His true monument isn't a trophy cabinet, but the very way we see the game today. As football evolves, his mind still defines its future. Share your thoughts on his legacy in the comments.